Chattisfying.
So lovely. Well, let's move on then to section 3 of the stream. So for anyone who's just listening, now is a really good time to draw your eyes to the screen because we're going to start watching some Twitch clips. So we're going to play Follow, Sub or Dip. This is our sub game that we play where we're going to watch 9 different clips from 3 different streamers, or streamers that we've never seen before. Well, at least that's the idea. They're picked mostly at random, although we do let the guest choose which sort of viewership bracket we're looking at, and we're actually looking at the middle bracket today, which is 20 to 40 viewers. That's pretty much the only piece of information that's outside of the actual what you're seeing on the actual clip that you're allowed to take into account. So what we'll do is we'll watch the first streamer, so the first 3 clips. We'll have a quick chat about what we feel about the clip, and then we'll move on to the next one. We'll have a quick chat, but we won't reveal which we would sub to, which we would follow, and which we would just leave. We would dip until we've seen all 9 clips and we've talked about all 9 clips. We good to start with clip number 1?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so let's load up clip number 1 and we'll watch it together in 3, 2, 1, and play that clip.
He dropped a prime now, say send it. How does he say it? Send it! I don't know. I don't... I don't know how he does it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we'll move on to clip number 2. Are we ready?
Mm.
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1, and play that clip.
Did you find Pin Island? You know? I went below deck and I couldn't find it. But maybe one day.
What game is that?
Assassin's Creed 4.
Right, it's the boaty Assassin's Creed. I get it.
Yeah.
No problem.
Well, this is Black Flag.
All right, no problem. And then we'll watch clip number 3.
Yeah.
3, 2,
It's that one.
Play that clip.
What's up, big guy? How you doing?
Right, I think we should maybe re-watch that one because it was very short.
That's everything I wanted it to be.
3.
Yes, it was perfect.
We'll re-watch that one. 3, 2, 1. Play that clip.
What's up, big guy? How you doing?
It's the blowing.
I feel he's talking personally to me.
It's the camera change that gets me. I like that.
I think I
How you
just
doing?
dribbled.
I mean, let's be honest. That man makes you wet. Let's be real.
Quite literally.
So, without saying whether you follow, sub or dip, what do you think of that streamer from what we've just seen? Deck.
I think that he's definitely got an eye for comedy. Like he definitely that was like even off that last clip that was pretty good. And like even the I didn't get the joke about Pen Island, but I assume it's about penis.
Right.
Penis land.
Penis land. Yeah.
It's an old person joke. It's okay.
Okay. I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I think that he's definitely. I definitely have the same sort of humor as him. I definitely can get behind that sort of thing. I'd like when a streamer's funny and interacts with chat or like has like little inside jokes, a little sort of
Yeah.
Hey, look at me sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's nice. It definitely is really nice.
Yeah. Absolutely. I have to say, I really like his overlay. Actually, like quite a lot. Like it's super minimal, but it's also got the information they like. It's got what Bueno was talking about a couple of episodes ago, where it's got just one piece of information that keeps flicking between latest sub, latest follow, all that kind of thing, which is amazing. It's got I'm not sure if that's like a sponsor or his logo, but I love the webcam window.
Like the thing you're about, yeah.
Yeah. I love the webcam window.
It's such a flush thing.
Yeah, it looks really good. It's like it's relatively unique in that it's. I don't see many people with a webcam like that, and I don't know. It looks very clean, and it's got like quite a nice background to go with it as well. It looks quite professional.
Did you notice in the second clip that he's got a fire on a TV?
Yes, I saw that.
I didn't see that.
Mention that. I think that's brilliant.
Yeah.
But the thing I noticed about that is if you look at his backdrop in the first one, it's the same kind of like cuboid effect that he's got. So that's an actual thing he's got.
Yeah, I think it might be like a canvas.
You know the lights that are like every streamer has those purple lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that's I thought it was going to be like a green screen backdrop behind the TV, but it's an actual thing. It's
an actual thing,
really
yeah.
cool.
I didn't understand the first clip. I don't know if that's just me or not.
I don't.
I
know.
got really confused with the clip because I've never played Hitman 3, and I was trying to figure out why he was sponsoring a really old 2000s camera phone,
I just don't get it. I was like,
which was at the bottom right, and I was like, why has he got that on his stream?
Was it, what were we sending it? I don't get it.
But
I get
no,
it.
I liked the fact that the camera's gorgeous. I love the attention to detail.
Yeah.
In
I
the
quite like-
minimalist screen.
I like the fact that he's got the 2 cameras and he uses them.
He's got
as
2
well.
cameras,
Yeah.
and even when you look at the other angle, he's still got presentation features going on there, which means
Yeah.
he cares about his entire surrounding, not just like face value. Because if you look to the left of me, it's an absolute shit show of Reese's peanut butter cups. So
I think if you look at the, I mean, I've got the poster, but that's pretty much it. The doors
Yeah.
on that side.
Yeah.
I like.
So-
I feel like he's got the room is dedicated to it, and he's like made it real as well.
It's a
which is
lot of
nice.
it's a lot of work though, making like having a stream room. Like that's
Yeah.
a lot of dedication.
Yeah.
But I think if you're gonna do it in terms of like, you just he's going all out. He's doing it.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Yeah.
Like,
you
I mean,
know?
it's one of the things. So like, do it. Like,
Yeah,
just,
he's definitely got
Yeah.
high production quality as well. Like his microphone sounds good, but of course you'd expect that from the Shure SM7B. So
is that what it is?
yeah, it's just what I would have got if I had the money. But I got this, which is
Ah.
absolutely fantastic as well. But it's not quite on the same level. But it's
No, I get you. I get you.
yeah, he's definitely got a lot of like production value there. It's really good. The only thing I would say is that these 3 clips are all for some reason really short, and that because of that, there's actually no chat interactivity. But they're so short
No.
that I don't think I could really mark
I
them down
think
from
he
that.
But you are
does.
getting chat interactivity
I
because in the
think
second
he-
clip he's talking about penis land, isn't he? So
Yeah, I also think that it's also a case of like the third clip, someone's coming into the stream and it's somebody knows, so he's like, hey,
Yeah.
big boy.
Yeah, hey, big boy. Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
just-
The way Hippo, introduces me to him.
Yeah, yeah, I like this
Yeah.
man. You got any more Hippo? Or-
No, I like it. I like the minimalist. I love that camera border, and it's not the first time we've seen something of that line. We saw a female streamer a while ago, if you remember, who was kind of intermittently going between the horizontal and the vertical.
Yeah, we
I
had
think it's a tough choice.
we had that
honestly.
dude as well. I think when we had Chocolate on, who dislocated his shoulder. Remember, but in one of the other videos, I know it was Virtue, wasn't he? And he kept on doing this thing where he kept moving the camera while
Yeah.
he was. Yeah, that's fantastic. I love shit like that.
Yeah.
It's just so sort of silly.
I don't
Yeah.
understand why this kind of like camera that especially how he looks in the second clip is not used more, and I would love to be able to do something like that. And I probably could do something like that, but I'm too lazy to figure that shit out, to be fair.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, his that small fraction of it, I don't care about the game. I love the way he looks.
No, exactly. Yeah.
He looks amazing.
It's a crush now.
Yeah. I mean, when we initially started loading up the clips, and I saw clip 3, and I was like, oh, "What the fuck is that shit about?" Yeah,
This is
Nah,
the
fair
thumbnail.
play.
Like, yeah.
On a soul
Yeah.
level, he's talking to
yeah. But no, it's very clean. It's very tidy. He's a smiler. He's obviously interacting with
Yeah.
the community.
Yeah.
It's cool. He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, brilliant. We'll move on then to clip number 4. So we've got that loaded ready.
Mhm.
We'll watch
I'll
that
quickly
in
just-
3, 2, 1. And play that clip.
What? This is not what I wanted. What?
Awesome.
Okay.
Clip number 5. I can count 3, 2, 1. Play that
Right.
clip.
Do I have?
Yeah, you have to.
What? Who said that?
I said that.
No.
Do you want them?
Okay. Okay. Fine.
What the fuck was that?
Pretty sure it was Yodel.
I've
Is that
never,
what they did with
I've never seen OBS do that. Right, that was so loud. You know when it clips and it turns all red.
Yeah.
It went red and then it went black.
Can we do that again?
Do what again?
Can we watch that one again?
No, you can if you like, but I'm not subjecting everyone to that again. Sorry, that was far too loud. Like she moved the thing away from him to try and sort that out, but it didn't really help. Anyway, we'll move on to clip number 6.
I rewatched that one.
All right, are we ready to watch this yet?
I'm ready. Yeah.
Right, 3, 2, 1. Play that clip.
Look at this. I have more beard than dead beard right now.
Okay. All right. So, what did you think of that streamer, Deck?
Said that.
I mean, other than she's a cutie, I was disappointed with the second clip because she got a boyfriend. So,
Oh, shame.
You're assuming there.
Yeah, it's true. I was assuming there. I don't know. I wouldn't let anyone near my OBS if I wasn't close to them. No, I think that I quite enjoyed. I thought the first clip was really like she broke the game, right? Like that was supposed to happen. Like the first clip, like she just got out of bounds.
No,
Uh,
I think that it was supposed to happen. It
This
was
is
just
what's happened. I wasn't too sure if she'd accidentally done it or if it was like she'd clipped herself out of bounds by mistake.
oh, maybe.
So that was something I was curious about. I think that she's not, obviously she obviously does more than just gaming.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't just do like I know certain people are stuck this straight playing games.
Hmm.
So there's a moth in my ear. I got a fright there. So it's nice to see sort of a mixture. 'Cause it's like with the amount of streamers out there, it is nice to see someone do something different.
Yeah.
But I totally understand that. I like the overlays quite a lot actually. Like I think it's very much a case of do you use an overlay, do you not use an overlay? In Twitch, like
Yeah.
do you not have one? It's just like I went through that sort of thing of like, do you use a face cam, do you use a green screen, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to sort of have stuff. She obviously talks to chat because there's a lot of like even in the last clip she's talking about beard and like everyone in chat's talking about the beard as well.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that sort of really arised for me there was the second clip where we had the terrible yodeling
Yeah.
of terrifyingness.
Yeah.
But
I did not appreciate that.
I quite enjoyed that one. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. I actually I was surprised that I kind of liked the overlay because I'm not normally a fan of sort of relatively large overlays, and I'd say this is relatively large, but it's actually really well laid out.
You're on about between clip 1 and 3, aren't you?
1 and 3. Well, actually, it's kind of the same. But yeah, mostly.
Yeah, but if you compare it to 2,
yeah,
she's
clip,
done something completely different.
yeah,
so,
2's not as
Yeah,
good,
it's
but
different.
yeah, definitely clip 1 and 3. Like the overlay is actually it's very clean, even though it's relatively busy.
Basic.
And
Yeah.
I have to say, I really like the chat because it's like this is something that Virtue was talking about. It's not the default font, and it's actually that is the easiest to read chat I think I've ever seen on screen.
Mhm.
It's definitely easier than the chat that we have for the show. Sorry for anyone who finds that difficult to read. But yeah, that looks really nice. I also quite like this kind of aesthetic, this sort of Windows 95 aesthetic. I have seen
That's
other
exactly what I
streamers
like.
do
I
it.
think that's a Bible pack you can get for Streamlabs.
Is it really? Because I've seen other
Yeah.
streamers with it, but I
That's how I
always,
say it. I think it's something you can buy.
yeah, I think it's if that's the case, I really like it. I think it's a really good looking one because because it's Windows 95, it looks quite clean. Because it's quite minimalist, and I really like it. So even though I think this is one of the few exceptions where even though it's quite a busy overlay, I actually quite like it. Well, in the first and the third clips, it's actually not that like hard on the eyes, and like the use of colors as well, like using it's basically a dark mode. Again, quite easy on the eyes. The only thing I would definitely say that I really don't get is that second clip, right? So we were talking earlier about the Shure SM7B.
Yeah.
It's the same mic. So she's got one of these as well. It's about 400 quid, right, this microphone.
And he's yodeling into it.
Yeah, and you can't just plug it straight into the computer. You need an interface like a Go XLR, which is what, like 300 quid, right? So just the fact that she's got that there, she's probably spent somewhere between what £500 to £700 just to have that, right?
Exactly.
So this is a serious hobby, and yet she doesn't appear to have a compressor turned on.
But the thing is, it's also how often are you yodeling into the mic?
Yeah, but you still have a compressor. I have a compressor now. I almost never yell into my mic, but I've still you always have a compressor because you never know when something really loud is going to happen.
Yeah, you never know when something's going to be overly loud or whatever happens.
Like even if you're playing, like I've had times when I've been playing a game, not even a scary game, and something has happened that has scared me, and I've gone like that. You need a compressor, and if she had had one properly set up, that wouldn't have made all our ears bleed. So she's got all this expensive equipment, and yet it's not set up correctly. Now, You don't have to know how to do all this stuff to stream. Absolutely not. But when you're going to spend that kind of money on the equipment, then you're like, well,
Expect
you surely,
would.
even if you can't do it yourself, you can either learn or you can get someone else to do it for you.
Mm.
When it's, otherwise you may as well have, I don't know, a headset mic that cost you a tenner. So I don't know that I always get a little bit annoyed with like really loud noises. They just go through my head, and I feel like they've attacked my brain, and I'm finding it a little bit hard to get over that. But other than that, I liked it, and I like the fact that she's talking to chat, she's having a laugh, she's clearly enjoying herself. So overall, I
It's the
really
main
liked
thing,
it.
though, isn't it? Have, make sure that you're having a good time and doing the stuff that's you enjoy. That's the most important part of doing it.
Exactly, absolutely. I think I just would have enjoyed it more if my ears weren't bleeding.
There was a compressor.
Exactly. What about you, Hippo?
So there are some nice little attention to details that I find quite impressive. So she's using a blanket behind her, which looks very nice. It's astrological signs or whatever you want to call it, and stuff like that, which is cool.
I didn't notice that, but it's a really cool background actually, because it's different.
But if you look in clip 3, she's actually got netting in front of it to give a spider web effect, and it moves differently to the blanket that's shaking in the background as well.
That's really cool.
So she's gotten this whole like vibe of like spiderweb culty kind of feel, even though she's using starter signs and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
To do the significant background. I've always liked the pastel goth kind of theme anyway, and the fact that she's done the whole Windows 95 but in a pastel goth fashion is really nice. Again, I was talking about like earlier on about games, how I like slightly disjointed things and stuff like that. So the fact she's got like 2 separate windows is a proper nostalgia feel to it.
It's good.
That's why I like the 1 and 3, but I don't like clip 2
because
different.
It's
yeah. But I also like the fact that she has a really nice clean font on the text, which is cool.
Really nice.
I like the fact she's gone for a really old school like Commodore 64-esque type font for the resubbing and gifted down underneath the latest news section.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a nice little attention detail there as well in the latest news. And I really, really respect the fact she's put "remember to be nice."
Yeah, I was actually going to mention that because I noticed it just as you were talking there. It's it's nice.
It's just little attentions to details because that's cool. But the things I don't like, which is kind of generic with this kind of situation, is I don't like the fact there's the new chair award at the top right on clip 3, and a cooking stream for the bit goal.
Well, the first one, isn't it? The first one is like drinking stream, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just that kind of thing kind of annoys me to a degree.
I don't get the whole thing of drinking streams. I get that people can grow from it, but it's like, why?
Yeah,
I don't get it.
We've had that discussion many times in the past. When it comes to like goal stuff, I don't really like it unless it's for a real purpose in terms of like when they started allowing you to have a threshold of new emotes depending on how many subs you have, and you're close to that threshold, then maybe you put it up and say, look, we're 47 out of 50. If I get 3 more, we'll get this fucking emote, and that's kind of a nice community effort kind of thing. Whereas this is more profiteering for comfort and things like that.
Yeah,
like a new chair is not like a stream benefit and stuff like that. That's a comfort benefit for yourself kind of thing. Like, and that's fair play. Some people are in it for money as well as doing the gaming, which is cool. I like that. That's all right to each their own. But I just, it's very in your face, which is a shame considering how subtly lovely the rest of the stream is for something that does all that.
Yeah,
with the Windows 95 aesthetics and all the little be nice and all that kind of things, and you got like a boom, let's have a cooking stream, and I'm like, it's kind of like you look at clip 3 is the best clip in terms of viewing her, because you've got the local term.exe, you got it's nice, it's clean, it's dark background, kind of old school. I like it. It's nice, it's fun. There's so much attention to details, and you've got a big tip jar pot with her own custom thing, I guess. I assume it's and then you've got like cooking stream goal, and then you've got subtly in the top right new chair, but you can see it's there.
Yeah,
your eyes are going straight to it. If that means
it's not sort of like in your face. It's like it's sort of there, but it's like it's subtly there, so it makes you think about it.
Yeah. So it's for me, this the just pausing it on here, it's very much moments.
I don't know. I'm not a giant fan of like when it's super busy, but she's done it well. She
Yeah.
has done it well there.
Yeah.
I think like
We
even
thought-
sort of the tip jar, because normally tip jars stick out like a sore thumb, but that one actually
Yeah.
like blends in really nicely.
Yeah.
No, we
And
spoke
it
about
kind of looks like a
before.
horror doll as well.
Oh, it does, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
We spoke. It fits her aesthetic though, because she seems
It
very
does.
like.
Mm.
I think maybe it's just the pink dress and the red and the black wig, or or maybe it's her hair. But it does seem very like kind of punk goth sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it matches like the overlay elements as well though.
Yeah.
We spoke about this before, Mellar, that it's like it's definitely hard to find a background.
Yes. It's hard to find a
like-
good background because so many people either have obviously a green screen or those damn purple lights that everyone seems to have.
Just that, and I mean, so it's nice to actually see someone use their background, like use a background that's actually, you know, that'd be cheap and effective, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's
it
nice,
stands
it's
out,
different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that like sort of the whole aesthetic kind of it very much like all comes together, and like there's a lot of thought that seems to have gone into sort of every single part of it to make sure that it fits that aesthetic. And there's like every time I look, there's something else that I'm like, oh yeah, that fits the aesthetic as well, because it all goes together so well. You kind of like your eyes sort of gloss over it as one sort of fantastic whole.
Exactly. I never noticed this. I know obviously people were saying like, oh, she's got netting. It's not netting. It's lights.
Is it?
She's got like spiderweb lights.
There's actually some lights in it, isn't there?
Yeah,
They're like
there's
little
lights in it,
spotlights, like
yeah.
almost like
And
twinkle
then
lights.
she might have done it in a spiderweb sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I never noticed that. It's like I'm starting to see these lights.
Yeah, because you can see if you look to the left of underneath her boom arm, you can see where it's trailing into
There's
the
something else
netting.
there. It's like,
Yeah.
careful.
It's very cool. All right, shall we move on then to clip number 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Are you ready, Deck?
Yeah, season 8, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right,
Cool.
brilliant. 3, 2, 1, play that clip.
No! Son of a! He came right here! Gosh! Sponge my nuggets, bro! Shoot, did I just go to show desktop, really?
We should have just kept pushing forward. Yep.
No, you should have called ages ago that they were there. And we literally would have smoked them. And they just
All right. Clip number 8. You ready?
Mm.
3, 2, 1, play that clip.
Oh my god.
Let's
Are you
freaking
kidding
go! Drop the pot!
Dude,
Drop
that is
the
the
freaking!
craziest win
Oh
I've
my
ever did.
good lord, are you kidding me right
Okay. And then the last clip, clip number 9. We ready?
Yar.
3, 2, 1, play that clip.
Like, how out of the thousands of people on Twitch did you find me? Like, I've got Bacon Delivery, I've got Twin Screw, I've got Snap, I have got Jim, Dren, Fifth, Ill, Swabs, Zeal, Fire, Kabar, Haber, or Javier, Battle.
Yeah, I agree with T. All right. Well, awesome. Without saying whether you'd follow sub or dip yet, Deck, what did you think of that streamer?
I also agree with T. He's very loud.
Yep.
I'm not a giant fan of streamers that are super ragey when it comes to like games.
Yeah.
I feel like if I go, like, I get like certain things, but if they're going, you know, I think as soon as like he went down, it's like, oh no, you should have told me. It's like, well, it's not sort of just they're you know, they've got their own stuff to worry about, you know.
Yeah.
I think the overlay, the first one was, you know, it was all compact. There was, you know, maybe the text on the top was a little bit too small. I can't really read.
It's
like,
not
you
be
know,
there, to be honest. It's that
you
small.
know, it might as well just not be there exactly.
Yeah.
But like, you know, if you took that away, his camera's fine.
Yeah.
There's not really anything else added to it, so it's pretty much, you know, simple enough.
Yeah.
Go to the second one, it's a different camera, a bit more sort of bit more basic compared to his first one, because his first one's got a bit of a shape to it. The second one's very much just like a square box.
Yeah.
The last overlay though I didn't like that much at all, because it seems very much just he threw it together. Like, it seems like, I don't know if this is something that he did first, because it feels like we've went back sort of thing. Like this is like from the start. Like he was like, you know, from his newest stuff back the way sort of thing. Because it seems like he's done this himself.
Yeah.
That's how I feel, because it's like that's something that would be created. Like, you've definitely made all this stuff yourself. If not, it's like, but yikes.
Yeah.
Because I think it's very much, I could throw it together in like 10 minutes sort of thing.
I
Compared to
understand.
like, as someone that creates their own stuff, and I don't think any of my stuff's any good none of the time, but it's like, it definitely is. So you can see where it's like, you know, changed and got more refined and better, and like just upgraded and stuff. But there's not really much to go on overlay wise. He's very led himself. He obviously takes the game seriously. I think all 3 clips are Apex.
Yes. The third clip I think is
Warframe.
Warframe, sorry.
Right. But it's
Warframe
I think
last
he's like in between doing something, isn't he? He's basically just chatting in between, I think.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you'd actually play the game on that screen.
I hope not.
No, me too.
That looks more like a BRB screen or something, you know, have an active thing there.
Yeah, waiting for something to happen maybe in Warframe.
Yeah, like you get those sort of things where it's like, I mean, other streams it's very much a tiny little box in a corner and like, you know, they're out. But I get what you mean. Like he's either sort of talking to them. It looks like he's got a raid or something like that.
Yes.
Because he's like, it's just follow after follow after follow, and you can obviously see he's hyped.
Yeah, and
He's
also
gassed
the sort of what he's saying about how did you find me as well. That seems kind of yeah.
He seems very much like it's a big thing for him, sort of thing. Like, how did you find me? You searched all this place.
Yeah.
Which is always sort of nice to see, like when if he's a smaller chap, like, you know, on Twitch, like for bigger people to come there and try and find him. It definitely makes people's days.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's not the sort of person I would typically watch. I think mainly because of the game, but also because it's like he's super loud and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm sort of, if I'm doing something here, and you know, if I'm just sitting here doing this, I don't want to be sort of taking like, you know, it's like, what's going on on your screen? Sorry, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it definitely sort of caught me off by guard, like, you know, when it just starts shouting all the way. So
yeah,
that's my opinion on it.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely kind of like appreciated his overlay in the first 2 clips, especially the second one. Actually, I quite like
the second one.
I like the fact that it was.
I just noticed that.
Is it purple lights? Yeah,
it's blue ones, but
the classic. The classic. Well, it goes purple in the back, doesn't it? It's blue and purple in the first clip, and just basically all purple in the second. But I liked the overlay, especially in the second clip. Like, it was very close to basically just being a webcam over the thing, but he's actually got that little border there, which I think is like such a small thing, but it really changes the way that it looks and the way that you sort of feel about it. I think it's actually quite important. He does have the name at the bottom there, which I know is a bugbear of hippos, but I think overall it looks quite good. The only thing that I would say, and it's clearly something that I think, because I think the second clip is older than the first, something that I think that he's probably thought about afterwards is, especially if he's playing only one game, or pretty much only one game, at Apex. In the second clip, his camera covers over important information.
That is true as well. It's very hard to try and figure out where to put your camera, though.
Yeah, but what I would say is,
if you're in the same game, then it's not as hard.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. If you're playing the same game over and over again, it's not quite as difficult to figure it out. But then again, he has moved it into a place which I'm pretty sure. I mean, you don't really see it that well in the clip, but if you were, I'm just sort of having a look at the sort of UI on the second clip. If you then moved it to where it is on the first perfect
one.
It's perfect. Sorry, it's perfect place to put it. I love the fact that the camera is slightly weird, sort of shape on the first clip as well.
Yeah, it definitely gives it a bit of a, you know, uniqueness to it.
Yeah, it's not much, but it's something. And the only thing that I would say is that that text that's above it is so small, it basically may as well not be there.
It's the same with his logo, so the name that needs to be bigger as well.
Yeah. The third clip, the overlay was a bit weird. I'm not really sure what's going on there, especially with the because I think he's using a green screen there. Maybe. Yeah. And if he is, then why do I see the box? Surely if he's using a green screen, then he should blend into the background. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. It just seems a bit weird.
There, because he's done the same thing for his chat.
Possibly.
Yeah, he's even though he's green screened, he's separating himself off to make it a little bit tidier. Is what he's doing.
I don't
With
know.
it.
I
So
think
that's why he's
I
had the
still think
darkened
it
box
might
behind
look.
him.
I think it would look
But he's
better
off-centered himself.
if he was snapped to the blue line at the bottom and then just got rid of the dark area behind him. 'Cause then he'd blend in with the cityscape in the background. I don't know. It just looks a bit off to me. But no, his mana was just a bit too extra for me. And I think the biggest issue that I have with it is like, because when you stream, like we said earlier, you're putting on a show, and you're sort of a different version of yourself in a way. You're the more outgoing version of yourself in order to sort of put on that show. But I get the feeling that this is a little bit forced. Obviously, I don't know that for sure, but I just get that vibe from watching these three clips.
I know what you mean.
And I don't know. It just when it feels forced, it doesn't feel like you're talking to a genuine person, and then you're just like, well.
It feels like an actor in a way.
Yeah, it feels like exactly. It feels like an act, and therefore, I would then have to be there for the game, and I'm not really there for this kind of game.
No, exactly.
The only other one thing that I would say, and this I think it's something that we pointed out before, and I'm glad that he kind of fixed it in one of the later ones, is the side cam, right? So he's side on the cam. Now, I've not necessarily got something entirely against that. It can work, but if you are side onto the cam, don't wear a cap because it cuts you off from the people that you're like. We're basically just looking at a hat at this stage. You know what I mean? Like there's kind of a thing. It's just like a subconscious thing, like where you've cut yourself off from.
It's kind of like blinders in a way.
Say again.
It's kind of like blinders in a way. Like all you're seeing is like you're seeing that and that. That's all.
Exactly. Yeah. So like that, if you're gonna have it side on, then yeah, I'd definitely dispense with the cap because it will make it less like, you know, I'm focusing on this now. You can fuck off basically, kind of thing, you know. Because that's kind of what it feels a little bit like with the cap. It's one of those sort of little things that most people don't really recognize. And to be honest, I don't think I did until someone mentioned it in a previous episode of this. But now that I've sort of been made aware, it does. I think it was Maury actually that mentioned it. But yeah, what do you reckon, Hippo?
So it was kind of a weird journey on this one. We went for the first clip, and I instantly just thought, FaZe Clan wannabe kind of. Yeah. He's got his own wearing his own merch, which I'm fine wearing own merch. That's cool, but it's like that weird gamer, it's like esport jacket thing going on, and he's wearing the what is it, those glasses that help the gaming thing and
gamer optics, or it's called.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, so maybe he's a esporty kind of guy, and he's aiming for that. Although, like personally, I don't think I'd wear a shirt got Dad Got Game unless I was a dad, because it just feels like Dad Got Game is like Dad's getting laid.
Well, wasn't his bot was called Dad X Bot? So the one that was like in the third clip that was saying thank you for the follow.
Yeah,
that's at Dad X Bot. So maybe that's like some sort of channel meme.
Yeah. So the camera, the box, the overlay is it's fairly. I need to be edgelord kind of literally. With that, because I mean, look, we've all gone through phases, depending on what you've got at the moment, where we go through like the standard 6x9, 61, whatever the fuck that rotation is, and widescreen kind of box, and he's trimmed off the edges and stuff like that. But there's a lot of people who've kind of gone that way as well to try and be different, but not. It's like a weird sheepish, but not mean to be sheepish kind of thing going on.
Right.
The second box I really like on the second clip. I like the fact that the vertical and the horizontal are different lengths as well in the colors.
Yeah, it looks
again,
good.
I like those kind of weird, like odd things like that. Don't like the name in the middle of the screen, at the bottom of the screen.
I knew you were going to say something about that.
Yeah,
it's one of the reasons I mentioned it.
Yeah, I know. And I'll say it every time because you're on my stream. I am Dad's Got Game TV. You know what channel you're on. If you're going to watch me on YouTube, it's still going to be on my channel. Yeah. Unless I'm in one of those like weird Twitch compilations.
Yeah, exactly. Unless someone steals your content.
Yeah. It's a rarity considering the amount of people that's on Twitch.
I think you can send in your own clips. So if he sends in his own clip, it's like it still gets used, but
which would make sense on like I would say like the hype situation in the first clip would make sense.
Yeah.
To have something like that. Cut off the tail half of it where he's having an argument, but like that oh shit moment I just died thing I kind of enjoy. Like, don't get me wrong, he's a really enthusiastic person.
He's
And
super enthusiastic.
without trying to sound like an asshole here, there are certain American gamer stereotypes that are very much like this in general. That over enthusiasm and the over accentuating of their words and doing things that they do. Whereas when I play these games, I'm like, oh fuck, I died, you prick.
Yeah.
Whereas there is an American gaming populace out there that are all like this.
Esports,
Yeah, and I was like, okay, so he's kind of that guy, and it was irritating me. And then I got the second clip, and he's like, not saying anything, and he wins, and he's enjoying himself. And I was like, okay, cool, he's won a game. Then I got to the third clip, where it all went to shit in terms of aesthetically.
Right.
But I kind of liked him.
Oh, yeah.
I liked the fact that he was really over the moon that somebody's raided him, and he's doing these kind of things, and he's listening to all the people. Thank you for this. And how do you find me? This is really cool. And I thought, holy shit, that's a genuine guy right there, right now. I'm quite enjoying that. That's not the fake shit I'm seeing in the first two, where it's overhyping himself and being the esporty dude. It's just generally really appreciating that they've come in and got raided.
Yeah.
Do you think that's because it's earlier in his streaming career?
I think so.
Into that,
I think so. Yeah, but I mean, aesthetics aside, it's horrible to see, and it looks like he's got like was it Beats by Dre but blue version at the bottom left going on the third clip.
And his team is sort of
and it's literally listing everything.
Yeah.
Although I do like the fact he's got a little boom box for his music. That's kind of cool. I like that. But like we were talking about earlier about like having a spinning disc thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm all about the little gimmicks,
little things, exactly.
But here's another thing I don't get, right? What's the bracket we're looking at here, by the way? What was the bracket chosen?
20 to 40.
Let's go to the first clip.
Yeah.
And then if you're going to have to open this up to max to see it. But yeah, with the tiny font.
Super text that you couldn't see. It says 285 out of 400, is it?
Wait, where is it?
On a sub goal.
Where are we talking? Where is it?
So you see,
left.
okay, so it's the right little text.
So it's like look on exactly. Yeah, I see him squinting like that. It's face cam. And it's a little gradient at the top. It's yellow.
Yeah.
Oh right, I see it next to his face cam.
Yeah.
286 out of 400.
Yeah.
Right.
That's insane if that's legit. Now I've known a couple of streamers in the past that I don't get on with much anymore that have like fake written numbers in there.
Oh, you're joking? No, people do that.
Yeah, people do that, yeah. It's They'll sort of they're like, oh yeah, we're only like 3 away from doing this. Like
you know the money goals at the bottom. On my stream elements, I could write how much I want to put into it as a successful part of the goal. So if I'm at like I want to get 1,000, and I say, look, I am $850 into the $1,000, and someone goes, oh, he's really close. I might as well just put that on. I could get that done.
Oh, dear.
So that's like you could.
I'm not saying he's doing that.
No,
it could be a genuine thing where he got sub-botted or sub-bombed or something like that.
Maybe he's just doing really well.
I mean, I've been sub-bombed and I had a sub-bomb of 50 fucking subs.
That's crazy, yeah.
I've had that, but like it's that was like, what? Is that why it's really small? And to be fair, it looks like a Subway font on sub-goal. But I don't know. I just it didn't seem genuine in the first two clips, and then in the third one, which is probably an older one, I kind of like his vibe and the enthusiasm. It's kind of like an moment, like when you get your first raid, it's that kind of shit. Someone noticed me.
It's interesting because you obviously you get a genuine vibe from the third one. I don't at all. I don't get a genuine vibe from it, but that's just a vibe, isn't it?
Yeah. I get you.
All right. Well, should we make the hammer fall then? Should we decide?
Yeah.
All right then. So Deck, Sukonami, which one of these 3 streamers would you sub to? Which one would you follow, and which one would you just dip from?
I would do it in that order. Actually, I would sub to the first chap that was super. He had his whole setup really cool. It was like different angles, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'd probably follow the little miss.
Yeah,
she seemed quite nice.
Yeah,
I like the way her layout was.
Yeah,
she was kind of cute, and I would definitely do that. But I'd probably dip from the last guy just because it's not nothing personal towards him. It's not quite an I enjoy, and I'm just not sort of looking to. I mean, I know there's an esports section on Twitch, but I don't watch it.
Yeah.
So it's not sort of my thing. That's all.
All right then. Well, what do you reckon then, Hippo?
I'd sub first guy.
Yeah.
And then I'm torn.
Right.
Okay, ours.
Mainly, I'm going to have to go with the whole science and maths thing here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
If we're going on the basis of, like, if I'd seen him through the third clip, I'd probably follow him. Because I got that genuine vibe.
Right.
But if we're going on the mathematical bits of 2/3 of it I didn't overly enjoy and 1/3 I did enjoy, then I'd probably have to dip him. But then it kind of goes the same-ish with number 2, because I don't like the money situation thing thrown in the face kind of thing.
Yeah.
I didn't like the lack of like professionalism with maintaining your microphone. Bear in mind, I'm coming on a blue microphone here. I don't have all your posh shit going on, but I can appreciate that if you're going for that kind of thing, you go XLR and go all in and make sure you do everything right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where that's what I would do if I was going to buy that and I was going to go. So I'd be like, oh, so this is how I do this. This is the best setting to me, and make sure I got it down to a T. Make sure it's all safe, ready to rock, so I'm not hurting people's ears and stuff like that. Like you were saying, Mellar, earlier, you know.
Yeah.
So that's kind of an irritation, but I really like the attention to detail she does if you push all that bullshit away.
Yes.
No,
Absolutely.
exactly, yeah.
But am I really going to go see her stream just to see her backdrop
No.
and twinkly lights?
No.
I can't say that, actually, never mind.
I guess yours, because I just want to see if I can read them all from this distance. but so I am proper torn on it because they both have good points and bad points, but I feel like she's probably got more good points marginally than he has.
Yeah.
In terms of what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Plus, like, I mean, I've played Portal 2. Okay, it's a game, cool. She's drawn a stick man in the second one, so she obviously does arty streams, which I'm intrigued by because I kind of like seeing people just unleashing their creativity.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and she talks a lot to the chat, whereas he seems to be predominantly a slayer of some form, whether it's Apex or Warframe.
Yeah,
he's you know, and I get some. There are 1 or 2 people I watch who do that shit, and but I enjoy do shit. Is that a double pun? I think so. But I don't know. I didn't like. Although I have to respect him, the fact that even though he got pissed off in the first one and hugely like over the moon in the second one and in the third, there was not a single swearing at all.
Yeah,
no, it's true.
Proper controlled.
Yeah, well pointed out. Actually, I hadn't noticed that. Well done. Yeah,
he purposely went with like all the heebie-jeebies and all that kind of whatever you want to call it.
Nuggets, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, you know, I respect that because I can't control how I talk.
Oh, I'm Scottish. I have that problem as well. Don't worry.
yeah. So, but but that kind of gives that whole. I think for me, he's trying to be without trying as the best representation would be like a what's his face, Dr. Disrespect kind of vibe, you know, but PG.
Yeah.
You know, he's enjoying the game, but he over accentuates the feelings of emotion that he's doing, but still does it in a PG manner. Yeah. Which gives that kind of like disingenuity or whatever you want to call it is, you know, that big word I cannot pronounce because it's like 1:45 in the morning. That's the bastard. Sorry, the bugger. I can't PG it. Yes, nugget.
Don't worry.
But but I like the fact that he's trying to give a show off that's different, you know. Yeah. But he loses it in the second clip. Yeah. Because he's focused in the game because it's a focus game. But then when he's out of it and he's done it, he's back into the hype and enjoying the game. And this is what we're doing. This is the show. This is party time. We're over it. You know, I can respect people who can pull that off. Yeah. And I think he pulls that off. But the third clip I feel like is when he really showed himself. Right. Compared to like the other stuff. So I think, okay, cutting it off, I would sub number 1. We'll go with follow number 2 and partially dip number 3. Although I'd probably peek back to see what he's doing. Fair enough. On the other occasions.
Yeah, that's cool.
Intriguing.
Yeah, fair enough. We all agree then. I would definitely sub the first guy. He seemed really entertaining. And I like the fact that he's doing lots of different things as well in the 3 clips. The second lady, she was quite entertaining as well. I really liked her overlay. I would have to trust that someone somewhere along the line would obviously set up a compressor for her, or she'd figure out herself. I mean, I'm sure there'll be someone who'd be willing to help. Like you said, the sort of money stuff
to do it for her.
would the money stuff would grate on me, I think, a little bit, but I could look over it for a bit. And then the third guy, I liked his enthusiasm, but it was just a bit too much for me. There was not really a huge amount there for me. It's not the kind of stream that I would acquaint, if I'm honest. But I can see why people would enjoy it. And he's definitely got a cool thing going.
Chattisfying.